I just moved into my own place after graduating college last year. Now my parents want a key to my place, and I absolutely do not want that. How do I say no? So it sounds like the mixer maybe just moved out of the parents' house. And now it's like, okay, I got my own place, was living at home for a while. And now mom and dad are like, dude, we need a key to your place.
That's really sad to think that you're worried that your parents are just going to show up to your new place whenever they want. I mean, if it's your place, your name's on the lease and you're paying for it.
Right.
I mean, you get a say, and don't worry about offending your parents. I would, though, advise you want someone that you trust to have the ability to get into your place. Don't you just feel like every single person needs to have one person in case something really bad happens, or you're traveling and you're like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot my credit card. Can you give me the number? Whatever. Like, you just might need someone to go into your place at some point.
Yeah. Like my son Bones, who, when he moved to Oak Creek at Drexel Town Square, I didn't have a key to his place until he went on vacation. Then he was like, I'll make you a key so you can get in and feed the cats. Well, now we have the key. So he hasn't asked for it back.
And you would never just show up there.
No. And number one. And number two, if let's say he didn't have cats and didn't need his place watched, I probably wouldn't ask for a key to his place. Unlike this mixer who's saying, my parents want a key to my place. Even though, I'm on my own. Do I need to give it to him? I don't want to give it to him. How do we do that? How do we avoid giving the key to the parents? 414-432-1099. We're going to go to line number 1.
We've got Uber driver Donna calling. And Uber driver Donna, you're busy with busy household, 5 kids. I know one of your kids even went to Mexico and lived with grandparents at one point. So talk to us about this. Do you let everybody have a key to your place?
Well, I have a rule which my kids both all abide by. The key, if it's given, is only for emergency use only.
But you ask for it.
I don't ask for it. I use is there going to be an emergency, or is there something that's going to come up that you're going to need me to get in your place?
Okay, so
emergency could be subjective. I mean, someone might be like, I have emergency brownies I just made for you that I want to drop off at your house, child. Which, if my mom ever wanted to just surprise me with home cooking, I wouldn't complain.
You're hilarious.
I mean, if it's something like a dire emergency, or I'm gonna need to get in and take care of the animals, okay, fine, give me a key, but I don't want to be responsible for that place, because the minute you get a key, you're responsible.
So what would you tell this mixer who texted in, again, for text roulette with Elizabeth and Radar, Uber driver Donna? The mixer said, just moved into my own place after graduating college last year. Now my parents want a key to my place. I absolutely do not want that. How do I say no? What do you think?
It could also come with a warning.
True.
Just saying.
Just tell them, okay, if I give you a key, you are not allowed to come in my unit unless it's an emergency.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Uber
You're
driver
not
Donna,
allowed.
we hear you loud and clear, and I think you're right. If it's an emergency, then that's different. But I think if they break it one time, the keys are gone. I think you tell your parents that this mixer needs to do that. You need to say, I'm going to give these to you. I don't want you guys to take advantage or abuse this.
Right.
I feel it gets to that point, then I'm sorry, I'm taking the key away. But we've got a ton of calls to get to here. So we're going to take a quick little break, come back here. We've got people that have lots to say and have perhaps been through something like this. Because maybe family members just assume, you've got a new place, I'm going to get a key to it.
Where's the key for mommy? You don't get no key. This is my place. 414-432-1099. It's text roulette.
Hi, The Mix. What's your name? Shara. Okay, Shara, you calling about the key? Okay, Shara, we're going to talk to you here in just a few minutes. Have you been through anything like this?
That way I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to, while that one's playing, I go, this is going to go on for a little bit. I'll forget that this ends. So I just kind of do that. I hit it first, and then I DJ mix it. Like, whoop.
Okay.
Kind of like slowly bring one down. And bring the other
interesting.
One up.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to talk to you.
He's passing great. He's going to fly the ship.
Okay,
today.
hang on just a second.
Producer Will is flying the plane.
Okay, Joe, we're gonna get you here in just a second. So sit tight. Have you been through something like this?
So I think we're gonna take that out of auto.
Oh, you
Autopilot.
have. Oh, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. We've heard from you. Okay, hang on just a
Nope.
second, Joe.
Open
Hang
only
on.
one time. Yeah. And probably don't
Okay,
need
Debbie,
that
we're
either.
gonna come to you here in
could
just a few minutes. We got a couple
delete
calls in front
this.
of you. Have you been through something like this?
Boom, and
Oh.
then we'll see what we'll talk about. What we're 2 minutes will be 25.
And did she want you to have a
Did you
key or
want
no?
At least one call in there before commercials because we said
She
we'll
did
be
want you
right
to have
back.
one.
And then the other ones will
Okay,
probably
all right.
record.
All
during
right, hang on
commercials.
just a second. Hey, Joe.
As we're going.
Joe.
That's my bad. As
Hey,
we're
buddy.
live.
All right, we're gonna go to you in just a second. I want to tell
You're
you off
hearing
the air
all the
here. Did
behind
you
the
hear
scenes
we've got a
stuff, people.
coffee stop in Wind Lake coming up this Thursday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.?
Oh, Joe, yeah.
We want you to stop by at DW Coffee. You should stop by. Aren't you down in that area, kind of? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's right. You're in Elkhorn. Yeah. So we're going to be at DW Coffee, not the Rochester location, the Wind Lake location, 7 until 10, doing the show live. Yeah. So you should swing by. All right. The song's going to end here in a minute 20, and we're going to go live with you then. Okay, buddy? Hang on. Debbie's line dropped, so I don't have Debbie.
Okay,
but
so line 2.
We've got line 4.
4.
Shara. So I would say
We're gonna take Shara.
Go with Shara first. Shara moved out at 18.
So we can delete all these because we know we're gonna go to commercials.
Shara moved out at 18, and parents wanted the key, and it was kind of a sensitive situation because she moved out so young.
And delete that one too. There you go. And that's
Since
good.
you're
That can
training
stay.
Will, do you want me to on air set them up? Since I got
I'll
the
go to you.
notes?
I'll like
Yep.
reset here. Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with 4, and then we'll go to line 2. And that's
That's
what you're
producer Will right
seeing
here.
behind the scenes
Your
mixers.
co-pilot. I know there's 2 of us.
Keep
So the
it on
camera,
green.
the camera goes boom
Can you keep it on green radar?
like that.
Now it's locked on radar.
Now it's good. That'll follow me right there. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Hilarious because like Ed was in the back. Oh, Debbie.
I know.
Debbie,
Ed's over
thanks
here.
for calling back. Okay, hang on. We'll grab Debbie too.
All right. So what we'll do is bring this down. How do you tell your parents you're not getting a key to my new place? That was a text we got from a mixer. 4 text roulette, Elizabeth and Radar on the mix, and we need to find out from y'all what you're saying. You can call 414-432-1099 or text into the Siding Unlimited text line. That's the same number, 414-432-1099.
Here's a text that says, give them a key that doesn't open the door. And when they ask, say, oh, yeah, we had to change the locks. Hey, Shara, so you moved out at 18 years old. You said you were a little rebellious and your parents wanted a key and you didn't give them one.
Yeah, no, I moved out right when I was 18. My birthday's in June, and it was right after I graduated. And my parents felt like, well, what if there was an emergency? And at the time, I, of course, had a boy I was dating that was over a lot, and I didn't want them just showing up there.
Oh,
And it was a sensitive.
He just got out of the shower.
he lost his contact. I don't know. I was looking for it under the
right,
covers. Go ahead.
Exactly. And it was sensitive for a while, but I feel like they got over it, and so did I, because the next place I moved to, I ended up giving my mom a key for an emergency because it was like, oh, that is kind of convenient.
Oh, interesting how that
wanted to-
changed a little bit.
Yeah, you want it to be like you want it to be your choice. I feel like at that age,
Sure.
And, so
You want to have your independence. That's why you're moving out. You want it to feel like it's your place and not feel like it's just an extension of mom and dad's house.
yes, and that's how I felt. So I would either just say to my parents, like, I really don't want to do that because I feel like that's a big invasion. I feel like they'll respect that, and if they don't, that I feel like they will get over it.
I like to look for contacts under the covers. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want you coming over and
I
just
might
barging
be
in.
having some sleepovers, okay?
Right? Yeah,
I'm doing
right?
adult
I
things.
I just had this fear that they'd show up and I'd be having a party and they'd be like, "What's going on?"
Oh yeah, because
Mhm.
that's the worst thing mom and dad could walk into. I don't know. I think there's worse.
Dad, come do a kegger with us. Come on, let's do it.
Exactly.
You'll be able to tell too. It's usually like right around just under the blue.
We'll go with
So
Debbie.
it's not too hot.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. So we'll do this. Debbie on. Oh, actually, make sure these are off before we take them.
Because we could go with this.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep. Well, we're gonna have to bring the volume up in order to record up here, because otherwise they won't register up here. So theirs needs to be up, and ours needs to be up to record. So Debbie's what, 2?
Debbie's 1.
1. Okay.
Do I take her off of this?
Nope.
If we're just recording?
Nope. That can stay there as long as this is off. You're good to go. So grab line number 1. I'll just open it up. Debbie, what do you think our mixer should tell the parents? They don't want to give a key to the parents. It's a new place. It's like, dude, this is my place. We don't want to give it up to the parents, but the parents might be asking for the key here for text roulette. What do you think?
Well, I am in that situation. My daughter just recently bought a house, and I do have a key. I didn't necessarily ask for it, but I
Okay.
do watch my grandchildren, so I need a key to get in and out of the house. However, I'm very respectful. If I go over there and they're home, I don't just let myself in. I do ring the bell or knock at the door.
You call or text before you go over?
We usually have some kind of plan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's actually really good for people to think about. If they have a key to someone else's place, doesn't mean then when they're home that you can just be like, I'm just gonna let myself in. Which this reminds me of a terrible situation where I did accidentally let myself into someone's house when I wasn't supposed to. So my friends, Doug and Erica, are good neighbors.
Yes.
They were on vacation, and I was keeping an eye on their cat. And I had on my to-do list, I had a post-it note and everything on my bathroom mirror. Make sure you check on Sophie. And I had said to Eric, I'm like, I can't do anything yet. It's a Sunday morning. I'm like, I have to go to the Russells and check on Sophie. So I'm like rushing over there. It's early in the morning. We want to get to the gym and stuff. And I used the key and unlocked the door, opened the door. And from the top of the stairs and the other room, I hear 2 voices go, hello.
What'd you do?
And it was Doug and Erica's voice. And I look, and there's Doug, thankfully, just sitting in a chair on his phone. Erica's upstairs, fully clothed at the top of the stairs. And they're like, hey, I said, I'm here to check on Sophie. They said, yeah, we flew in last night. Got it. Glad I just walked in and you guys doing absolutely nothing in your house. Because
Right.
Doug's like, who's just unlocking my door?
Who's coming
showing
into
up
my
here?"
house?
So you want to make sure that you communicate with people if you have a key to their house, for sure.
Exactly.
We're glad, though, that you've got that good communication with your daughter so that no one takes advantage of that kind of access.
Right. Right.
And you don't want to walk in on something, Mom, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, and she has the key to my house, so.
But just don't abuse it. Don't abuse it.
Right,
Well, thank you so much for the
Be
call, Debbie.
respectful.
We appreciate you listening this morning. Let's go to Patrick on line number 2. Patrick went through something similar.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm sorry, Joe.
Joe.
Joe went through something similar when he moved out.
Joe, what happened? As we talk about
Well,
text
first
roulette
off,
here, this texter has said, or this mixer has said, hey, my parents want a key to my new place and I don't want to do that. How can I tell them? So what happened to you?
Okay, first off, my name's not Patrick, Elizabeth.
Joe,
Anyway.
what happened
I
with you,
know,
Joe?
I corrected it. Joe, sorry, we had another Patrick that called earlier.
Okay, I know, I just wanted to tease. All right, so I moved out when I was 19. When I was 19, I spent the summer working. When I turned 18, I spent the summer working, and then I spent winter looking for apartments, and I was able to find one, and I moved out when I was 19. And so my parents helped me set up my apartment. They gave me some of their old furniture that was in storage.
Did you give him a key to
my-
the unit then?
I gave them a key when 6 months later, because
Oh.
I'm like, okay, I want it to be my place. I want you to see it when I'm done with it.
Yeah, and have your independence. It's yours.
Yep. And I'm actually glad that I gave them my key, because my uncle ended up having an old couch that he ended up giving me too.
There you go.
And,
That worked
uh,
out.
Yeah, and a couple of years later, we took a trip to Los Angeles to visit my brother. Well, not Los Angeles, San Diego. We went to the San Diego Zoo. My dad, and because my mom and dad got a car, rented a car, I left my keys in my suitcase. and then I completely forgot that my dad had broken my suitcase. So
Sure.
I got a new suitcase.
Oh my
I ended up
gosh.
tossing my keys.
And they
I'm
needed
like-
the key.
And they needed a key. So I'm like, okay, you guys still got the key I gave you? They're like, yeah. Keep it hanging
See?
on the.
There's
So
benefits
it
to it
was-
for sure. There's definitely benefits.
Big
to
time,
it.
Joe.
Joe,
Yeah,
we
so
appreciate
maybe-
you calling in and helping out the mixer here on Text Roulette.
Now we have to
because-
get over to Patrick. I'm just kidding.
No, don't call him that.
No, we have to go to Patrick on line 3 because he's been waiting too. Joe, thanks a lot.
All right, have a good day.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, mixers, we got to take a quick little commercial break here. We're going to
Yep.
air these
And-
calls back.
Go ahead and drop a comment on producer Will running controls here.
Yeah, producer
A plus,
Will.
right? He'll
That's
get
why
that.
the angle is on radar. A
That's
little
why it's
tight
over here. It's
because
a little over
producer Will's learning the board.
The camera kept moving. I forgot you could stop it.
It's a wild morning.
It's crazy.
All right, mixers, we got to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back. Thanks so much for watching.